see him. Let me clarify, I ain't talking about all women. Some just want to celebrate.
Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Young Kweku has it all teed up. And we're underway in Atlanta. Return starts from the goal line. Takes it just shy of that end zone. Finds some space. He's past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll run the draw with Chubb. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Stopped by Grady Jarrett. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 39. He's got it at the 30. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a 6-0 lead right away. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Come on. Take go.
Penix here from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He has it at the 33. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. He manages 13 on this punt return. And the Browns will go on offense. New set of downs for him from the 46. They begin the drive with Chubb. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
3rd and long for him here. He puts some power on a deep one left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long. The Browns are lined up to punt. And this is the first time he's been called on today. And this kick works out pretty well for him. It's blown dead at the 12. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Penix now on 1st down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10, Penix to throw. Pass is caught, that's Darnell Mooney. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Completed over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Let's go now.
Penix now to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, I know some old-school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a 1st down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. Know how valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And they had that one contained right at the line. DeMarco Helms there on the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Willis. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter. Browns in control of it. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. But that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
Willis to throw it. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the red zone now. The throw is caught. That's a Cleveland touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns double their lead to 14. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Returnable from the 2. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set, first and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Penix on first down. Dumped off to his running back. They're working a couple of yards past the line. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Punt team on the field. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He has it at the 13. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. That punt goes 63 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Willis now. Launches one deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So what began at their own 20, Brock, all of a sudden is inside the other 20. It's first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Another try following the sack. Short pass brought in.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Let's go.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. It's the Browns. With it, 3rd and 2. Here's Willis. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Another carry for Robinson. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Caleb Farley ranging over for that stop.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Penix working from the gun. That's caught for the first. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Complete some mustard on that throw to Bijan.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First down, ball at the 36.
Here we go.
And again, it's Penix. Pitts brings it in. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, Penix. He's on the move. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Falcons will have a first.
Buffalo 18. Dragon 60. Seven Pirates. Go.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Grant Delpit in to pick it off. And the Browns make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
And he could not break beyond the line. So that's how our half's going to end. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Looking right, and he finds him. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Let's go. Go.
Third down give to Robinson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Penix looking to pass. Finds his target, Robinson. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ready.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Penix on the crosser. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
79 Bronco.
On first down, here's Penix. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Second half's going to start with a run by Chubb. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. First throw for the backup now. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Back to throw now. Throw left side, complete. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Darnell Savage brings that to an end.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
Chubb brings it in. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. Throwing now from the gun. That's caught at the 4. That's a Cleveland touchdown. Lining up now to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns stretch their lead to 21. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive started from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Penix here from the gun. He's throwing deep to the left side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Go.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Into the hands of Pitts. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Penix on 1st down. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion. So that effort up front.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Browns pick it up. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Browns lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I could hear it in your voice.